What is going on, good and wonderful people? Here to bring another video. As you saw in that intro, Xbox is now going to be my main console and platform I play on, which I'll get into it right now. I always been, since I got my PlayStation first time in 2009, PS3 was my first Sony console. And all the way through the entire PS3 era that I started with, I was always a die-hard PlayStation fanboy, I will admit that. When the PS4 and Xbox One generation was coming out, I was always set on getting a PS4, and I got mine in March of 2014. And I was pretty much major die-hard Sony up until the mid 2010s, and then when Xbox announced they were doing backwards compatibility with 360 games, and that's made me want to get an Xbox One, but I didn't get one until 2019. And near the end of the Xbox 8 generation, PS4, I was independent when it comes to the consoles. I still am with the modern day consoles, but now I lean more Xbox. There was also the Skyrim Fallout 4 being one of the first games to allow mods, but PlayStation wasn't allowing external assets where you couldn't have custom assets, actual mods. They have kind of improved, but not much. But overall, so throughout the mid and late 2010s, Sony was making a lot of bad decisions. Not saying Microsoft hasn't made it either, but when it comes to being a fan of Sony, I was very getting pushed and pushed further from being a diehard Sony fan. I mean, from being a diehard Sony fan anymore. And when I got Xbox One and replayed Red Dead Redemption, which I missed, and beat all the Golden Age Call of Duties on backwards compatibility throughout the campaigns, and playing some of the multiplayer, even though it was out of its prime, that's when I was really going into independence when it comes to consoles. And I'm not here to cause console wars for anyone. When I got the Series X, I was still getting most of my AAA big franchises like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and other franchises on PlayStation, especially ones that were originally PS exclusives. So when I first got my Series X, it was mostly to try out Halo Infinite in 2021, which was good but okay, and Starfield, which Starfield I mostly play on the Series X. So with Starfield being exclusive, I also wanted to experience actual custom mods, which got me excited for that. My Xbox Series X was mostly for Halo Infinite and Starfield eventually, and just free to play games like Overwatch 2. But it wasn't until 2023 where I made a decision to start buying games like from Telltale, future Call of Duties on Xbox Series X, and in the currently throughout the years, Lost Records, Broom and Rage. I've bought in Life is Strange to it. I have also... So yeah, all my beloved franchises have now gone to Xbox, but also one of the things that really drove me into getting an Xbox eventually was when Microsoft bought companies, which they don't do anymore, but I bought mostly set for Elder Scrolls 6 to be an Xbox only thing. Who knows if it's going to be on PlayStation anymore with changes of leadership with Asha now in charge. I hope it is, but looks like they're going back to exclusives. But my introduction to Game Pass is really what also got me to be on Xbox, like is having a rental service and trying out games before I buy them. I know there's mixed opinions on Game Pass. I have some too. But when I tried out Game Pass, that's how I tried out Halo Infinite for the first time and got me into the Halo series. Well, it was my first Halo, and that's how I've tried out other games. And I buy them on disc after I try them out. and if I like them, and if I don't like them, I give the developers, like, I've tried out Avowed Outer Worlds 2, and I also tried out a few others, but I buy the premium content. That's what Xbox wants you to do mostly. And it's just who I am. Like, if I try out something, I'll just give the developers some money for, because they still gotta make money at the end of the day, people. But anyway, with Xbox, looking like they're making some good decisions lately with Asha. Not saying Sony hasn't made some, but both companies have made some bad decisions over the years with layoffs and increasing prices, increasing Game Pass, PS Plus, and don't forget there's a chance both companies are not even going to have disk drives. But what's also pushing me into the Xbox ecosystem is just I'm getting older, and one console is just the way to go now. And game is just so expensive. So with the backwards compatibility feature with Xbox original games, that's another thing. They have some enhancements for Xbox One X and with the Series X a bit, so I can play games that run a little bit better. And the backwards compatibility, like, if I can just play like a couple select titles with modern titles from the Xbox One and some Series X titles, like, I could just have one console, that's fine with me. Don't forget, more games are going to be adding console mod support over time. Like Witcher 3 got it, Baldur's Gate, and I'm not trying to cause console wars. The Xbox is still the best way to play console mods. I don't know if it will be on par with PC, but Sony doesn't allow external assets for a lot of games. I know they're working on a deal right now with Bethesda to get it going, but your download space is only like a few gigabytes increase for Fallout 4 and Skyrim, when on Xbox it's 100 gigs. Another thing is for the Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Play Anywhere program, where you can play it on, download it on PC if you have digital games bought. I have some digital games, but I'm mostly pro physical. And the Xbox Royal Ally handheld is something I'm really impressed with, to be able to take Xbox and Steam games. And it's another thing, the next Xbox is projected to be a PC console hybrid. So you'll be able to play Steam games. And yes, I know Sony's not making exclusives anymore for Steam because of the Steam Deck coming out, but that's another thing. I'll be able to play if I do get it and it has a disc drive, and I save up if I decide to get it, I'll be able to play a bunch of Steam exclusives, PlayStation exclusives like Last of Us. It sucks I'll have to buy them again, but that's what's great about Xbox, what they're doing. And also they have for the program Play Anywhere, you can transfer your saves seamlessly. And yes, I know this Project Helix, it's going to have a lot of RAM and powerful. It's going to be very expensive and all that. But if it has a disk drive and they support physical media, which I doubt they will, yes, I've said in my community post I might not be getting it. But if they have physical media and support, but it doesn't look like it because they pretty much checked out not putting games on disc or the full package and all that, because they want us to be subscribed to Game Pass and all that. Like I said, there's ups and downs to Game Pass, but the next Xbox, they're also putting backwards compatibility now with recent news of older titles like Xbox Original, possibly 360 through an emulator. So I'll be able to download them on Game Pass with my Royal Ally X, and I have physical copies of Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, 2009, MW3, 2011, and GTA 4. That's another thing. I was able to play so many games and beat them for the first time. Games that I missed, like Red Dead 1, which I beat multiple times. I also missed GTA 4, which I barely played. I finished it and got its DLCs, beaten for the first time. That's something Xbox has offered me, and yes, I know they put it, developers have ported their games, but the only ports that include the full package in recent years is the Black Ops 1 and 2 ports. lately. Red Dead 1, the best way to play it with the full package is the 360 version because it's backwards compatible. I've also become a huge Halo fan playing thanks to the backwards compatibility program. I played almost all the original Halos except for 2 and 1 original, but I'm on 3 ODST. I have played them in a messed up order, the 360 version, but I have finished Reach on both the original and Master Chief Halo 1 on the 360 anniversary, and the Master Chief. I've done it for 2 for the first time with the Master Chief Collection, which I gotta get a disc version eventually of that. I've also played Halo 3 twice. You get so on and so on. I also gotten into franchises because of Game Pass. Like, even though I'm not getting E-Day, but so yeah, Xbox has gotten me into franchises that I never thought I would, and I still love PlayStation for what they've done over the years, giving me the memories and all that, but so yeah, these are the reasons. Xbox is going to be my main platform now. Plus with games having crossplay for the modern games that I do have, not all of them have crossplay, but cross progression. I can still play with my PSN friends, and last 2 years I decided GTA 6 I'll be getting on Xbox now. So Xbox is my main platform now. Will I ever get a PS6 for Venom, if it's still happening, and Spider-Man 3? Who knows? But I gotta decide if I'm gonna get a next-gen console, because how expensive it's getting. So far I'm waiting and not getting it. None of them will support physical media, but we'll see in time.